Linguistic context. Pragmatics is the study of how context affects meaning. So, context is something that is non-verbal. So, context is very important because it affects the meaning of a word that is being used in an utterance. So, it's very important to understand. Linguistic context is how meaning is understood without relying on intent and assumptions. What the intention of the speaker or what is the intention of the listener is, or the assumptions are of both listener and speaker. In applied pragmatics, for example, meaning is formed through sensory experience, what we hear, see, etc. Even though sensory stimulus cannot be easily articulated in language or sign. Obviously, these are very subtle experience, and all the time we are taking in things through these senses. However, they do affect on the context of the meaning of the words in a certain context. Different kinds of context. Linguistic context, also known as co-text. Linguistic contexts mean that whenever we have an utterance, there are certain other linguistic forms or words, so to say, which can help the listener understand what actually is the meaning of a certain word. We have talked about homonyms, in which we know that same pronunciation word have different meanings. So there are always some accompanying words which help us in understanding the meaning of the word. For example, if I say that I like to eat dates, so here the word date has to be taken something that is eaten, right? So the word eat has helped others to understand what I actually mean by the word date. So on a certain date, when I say on a certain date this incident took place, so in this context the word date, because of the incident took place, it refers to the time of a certain period or a certain time of a certain month. So the linguistic or the co-text is very important to understand. The co-text of a word is the set of other words used in the same phrase or sentence. As I said, I like to eat dates. So there are certain other words like eat. So that determine that what actually here I mean by the word date. So co-text refers to the words that are found in the same phrase or in the same utterance or sentence, which help us or other understand the exact meaning or the intention of the speaker. The surrounding co-text has a strong effect on what we think the word probably means. So the surrounding co-text, what comes after and what goes after the word, have important effect on the meaning of that word, and we won't be able to determine the exact meaning of a certain linguistic unit unless we take or seek the help of other surrounding words or used in that sentence. How do we usually know which meaning is intended in a particular sentence? This is again the question. We know it through the surrounding linguistic references that give us help in understanding the meaning of a certain word. For example, the word bank. It's a homonym. Bank can be used in different meanings. So how would we take it that bank mean the edge of a river, of a canal, and the bank means a financial institution, right? For example, if we see a building and the board of the bank is written on it, so because of the word bank and the building, we'll understand that this building is a financial institution where transactions are made. So the word bank has a homonyms, a single form with more than one meaning. We have discussed it in semantics. So we normally do so on the basis of linguistic context. So linguistic context help us in understanding the exact meaning of the word bank, or a word like this. If the word bank is used in a sentence together with word like steep or overgrown, so steep bank or overgrown bank of the river or the canal, we can easily understand that here the edge of the river or the canal is meant. But if we hear someone say that she has to go to the bank to withdraw some cash, so there is no doubt that we take it now that bank is referred to as a financial institution. So linguistic context is very important to understand the exact meaning of the words. These linguistic context or co-text is found in the utterance, in the phrase, or in the sentence, which help us understand the exact meaning of the linguistic unit.